Let's understand the meaning of osmosis. So here I have taken up two systems. The first system is a solution which is dilute in nature, that is it has more of solvent and less of solute component. Such solution which has more solvent, less solute is known as hypotonic in nature. So on the right hand side I have taken a solution which has more concentration of solute, that is it is more concentrated. Such concentrated solutions are also known as hypertonic in nature. Both these solutions are separated by a semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane will allow the passage of solvent particles but not solute particles, and we can see that on the right hand side solvent is more and on the left hand side solvent is less. Therefore solvent will tend to move from the right hand side to left hand side, that is from the dilute solution to the concentrated one. This movement of solvent particles from hypertonic to hypertonic, that is from less concentrated to more concentrated, so from dilute to concentrated, this movement of solvent is known as osmosis. The flow of solvent from dilute to concentrated continues till the solution becomes isotonic in nature. That means the concentration on the right hand side and on the left hand side, the concentration becomes equal, and now the solutions are isotonic in nature. But if we apply certain pressure in concentrated solution, so if we apply certain pressure on concentrated solution which can stop the flow of water particles from the dilute to concentrated solution, this pressure is known as osmotic pressure. So osmotic pressure application will stop the flow of water from hypotonic. Now, according to Van 't Hoff, the osmotic pressure is due to the bombardment of solute particles on the walls of container. Considering this solution to be very dilute in nature, therefore it will absolutely behave like gases. So therefore he said that all the gas laws will be applicable on this. For example, according to Boyle's law, the pressure is directly proportional to 1 by V. That means pressure is inversely proportional to volume, temperature remaining constant. Similarly, if volume of the gas is constant, pressure is also directly proportional to temperature. So on this solution also, which is very dilute in nature, we can say these laws are applicable. That means osmotic pressure also will be inversely proportional to volume, and osmotic pressure will also be directly proportional to temperature. So therefore combining the equation 1 and equation 2, so I can write here P is directly proportional to T by V, or I can also say PV is directly proportional to T. So removing the proportionality sign here, so it becomes, so PV is equal to KT, and here proportionality constant will be same as universal gas constant, so I can write PV is equal to RT for 1 mole of gas. But for n moles I will write, so PV is equal to nRT. On solving this equation I can say osmotic pressure, instead of P I can write it pi. So osmotic pressure is, the symbol of osmotic pressure here is pi. So pi is equal to N by V RT, where number of moles per unit volume means concentration. So osmotic pressure pi is equal to C into R into T. So pi depends upon concentration, that is number of moles of solute particles. Therefore osmotic pressure pi is also a colligative property, temperature and universal gas constant remaining constant. So pi will depend on number of moles for the same temperature. Let's try to solve this question on osmotic pressure. So the question is 5.25% solution of a substance is isotonic with 1.5% solution of urea in the same solvent. So if density of both are 1 gram per centimeter cube, the molar mass of the substance is. So now what we have is, so we have is 5.2%. So now what is the meaning of 5.25%? That means 5.25 gram of this solute is dissolved in 100 grams of solution, and the density is given is 1. So density is equal to mass divided by volume. So whatever is the mass, that will be the volume. So if mass is 100, the volume will also be 100. Since the mass is 100 gram, so volume will be 100 ml. So that means in both the case volume is 100 ml. So now coming to the question, so since the solutions are isotonic, both the solutions are isotonic, so pi 1 osmotic pressure of 1 is equal to osmotic pressure of 2. So C1 of 1 RT is equal to C2 RT because osmotic pressure is CRT. So since the temperature is same, this gets cancels out. So C1 is number of moles of 1 divided by volume of 1 is equal to C2, that is number of moles of 2 divided by volume of 2. So what will be the number of moles of first? That is, it is given 5.25%, that is 5.25 gram solute, and molar mass we do not know, but just now we solved that the volume of this solution. So the volume of this solution will be 100 ml. So 100 ml means 0.1 liter. So since in molarity we use the volume in liters, so it is 0.1 liter. This is for the first N1. And let us see for N2. N2 is urea, that is 1.5% divided by molar mass of urea, that is 60. And the volume here again is 0.1 because the solvent is same and the densities are 1. So density is same, then mass is equal to volume. So here we can solve for mass. So the here molar mass of substance here comes out to be on solving, that is 210 grams.